Whew. Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to the Florida Mountain Channel. This is a very special episode as we are cracking open the Pampered Chef box. This is going to be done a lot different than any of my other videos. We've already opened the box and gone through everything just to make sure it was all there. And I'm just going to be telling you what everything is as we pull it out of the box. And most everything gets unwrapped. Some of the stuff is self-explanatory as to what it is. Other stuff you might not know, but I'm going to have a link in the description down below to my wife's Pampered Chef page. So if you see anything that you like, that you might decide you want, you will then have the link to go and get it. Some of this stuff is really cool, I'm not going to lie. Some of it you've probably got 2 or 3 of in the house already, but other of it is just incredible. So, yeah. As of right now, we're going to get right to it, and y'all are going to witness the unboxing. So, stick around and enjoy. Start off with the list of everything that came with it, and item number 1 is the mix and chop. This is for chopping up your ground meats, your sausages, anything that you need to break up into smaller bits while you're cooking it. And the material it's made of is really cool because it's not going to melt in a pan, which is good. Next we have the smooth edge can opener. And this is smooth edge because it's not going to create a jagged lid when it opens the can. It's just going to cut it open along the side of the can, which is really nice. It's also got a little set of jaws on there that you can grab the lid with and lift it up so you're not going to ever risk cutting yourself. This is a really cool measuring device. It's got a plunger in the middle. And the red and blue differentiate between imperial and metric measurements. You flip it over for one, you flip it back for the other, and you pull the plunger out to whatever measurement you need, fill it up to the top, and then push the cup down on the plunger, and it will eject whatever you have in there, be it liquid or solid. So that's a bonus. This is a 5-inch Santoku knife, which is a Japanese type knife. And it's rounded on the belly of the blade so that you can rock it and do multiple chops in succession. It's also got the dimples in the sides so that cheese is not going to stick to it. Meat is going to peel off after you've cut it. Tomatoes, vegetables, whatnot, cucumbers and stuff like that. It's going to slide right off because it's got the dimples in the bevel. So that's really cool. Next up we have what's called coating trays and a tool. So if you are into making coated things like yogurt covered pretzels, chocolate covered strawberries, anything like that, this is going to be your best friend because it's 3 trays and a tool to hold the stuff with so you're not going to get your hands gross. And it's not going to stick to the tray after you've got your chocolate or your yogurt or whatever you're putting on it. So that's a nice bonus. Let's see, the next item up is a silicone prep bowl set, which is really good. There's 3 of them, and each of them comes with a lid, and they're made of flexible silicone. For the thing I would probably use it for most is mixing up eggs. If you got to beat some eggs for making scrambled eggs, or for a recipe that calls for beaten eggs. If you're making anything that you have to mix together in a liquid form, and each bowl has a lip on it, so you're not going to have that random pour down the side of the cup. So that's cool. Next is an odd item that goes with another item that's way on down the line in this video. But I'm going to go ahead and, throw the spoiler out. This is a food holder that goes with a microplane. So if you're needing to microplane some truffles, some hazelnut, some lemon, anything you might want to microplane, you'll pop in this holder, and it's got 3 prongs on it, so it can hold pretty much anything nice and steady. It's also, those prongs are surrounded by a plastic thing. You'll see it here in a second. And it allows you to eject whatever is in there. So if you shove a piece of cheese up in there and you're going to microplane your cheese, you can get your remaining block of cheese off of the spikes. And it's got lips on the side that fit nicely over the microplane itself, so that you don't worry about cutting yourself on the microplane, which has, like 40 razor sharp knife blades on it. But yeah, I've done a lot of talking about the food holder and you haven't seen it yet. But here it comes. See, there's your 3 tongs, there's your ejector, there's your little part that grabs onto the actual microplane. And yeah, they're not sharp, so you don't have to worry about stabbing yourself. This is a mini spatula. That's pretty much self-explanatory. It's a tiny, tiny little spatula. So if you're flipping robin's eggs, there you go. This is a coated utility knife. It's pretty much good for anything small like paring, cutting cheese, slicing apples, anything tiny that you need to do. That's definitely good for that. Next we have another pair of silicone tongs. They're metal based, they lock in place, and the actual tongy grabby part is silicone. So that when your husband or boyfriend picks up the tongs and has to do a few test squeezes on them, it's not going to be clacking all over the house. These are mini oven mitts, and these are really cool because they're big, and I have big meaty hands, and I have a small pair of green ones that my fingers don't really fit well into, so I'm afraid to use them for fear I might still burn myself. But these are like big old alligator heads, and you can see my hands fit in there quite well. And that's for basically grabbing anything fresh out of the oven. They're made of silicone, so they can handle up to 450 degrees, I believe, without burning, so that's nice. This is a citrus press for juicing lemons, limes, oranges. You don't want to go much bigger than that because you're not going to fit a grapefruit half in there. But you can fit a lemon half, a lime half, or an orange half if it's a smallish orange. This is a spritzer bottle for that lemon juice. Most of the time you would spritz this on anything you don't want going bad, like avocado halves or unused salad that you're going to store in the refrigerator, so you don't want it turning brown. We can also use that for spritzing oils into pans. This is a silicone scraper, which is very nice. That thing is so handy. It's heavy too. It's a lot heavier than I thought it would be. And the silicone it's made of is super sticky. It almost didn't want to come out of that plastic wrapper, which was a little awkward. And that's considered the small mix-and scraper. I'd hate to see the big one. This is a pair of, it's basically some scissors that are designed to chop your salad bits up into smaller pieces. So if you like your salad finely chopped, this is the tool for you. It's a double-bladed pair of scissors that's going to chop your lettuce fine. It's going to chop your carrots into little pieces. It's going to chop whatever you need to chop into fine pieces. These I didn't bother opening because I have 2 of them already. They're little adjustable measuring spoons. And the smallest one goes from a 1/4 teaspoon up to, I think, 1 teaspoon. And the largest goes from 1 teaspoon up to 2 tablespoons. Or 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon. Or 2 teaspoons, or something like that. But yeah, they slide, and you can do liquids, or you can do spices, or you can do salads in them. This is a quick slice. It's good for slicing up fruits and vegetables. Strawberries, apples, tomatoes, potatoes. You make some heck of French fries with that. Just slice your potatoes one way, turn the thing, and slice them the other way. This is some garlic and herb rub. That would be really good on chicken or fish. But yeah, anybody who's had an apple slicer that cuts the core out of the middle, that quick slice is like that, only it makes slices instead of wedges. These are flexible cutting mats. So after you're done chopping up your pecans, cutting whatever you need to cut, You just pick up the mat, fold it into a little cone, and pour whatever you've cut into your storage or cooking vessel, so you don't have to worry about anything falling in the floor. I can't exactly read what that was, so I will come back to that in a moment. Let's see, where's my mats? The mats are right there. Okay, so that was number 20. Oh, that was a garlic press. That's what that was. Yeah. So it's, if you don't want to get your hands all gross and garlic smelling, you just take your peeled garlic clove and you put it in there and you squish it, and it squeezes the garlic out into tiny little garlic noodles, and makes it super easy to cook. And that one actually comes with a little tool that fits perfectly back up inside the garlic press, because anybody that's ever used a garlic press knows you always leave some garlic in the dang thing inside those little holes. But that's got a little Barbie brush that squishes the garlic right back out of those holes. And it's got one tong, or one prong for every hole in the garlic press. So you're not going to leave any garlic behind. So, bonus. This is the microplane that goes along with that weird food holder with the 3 prongs on it that I showed you earlier. And you can see all those blades in there. And that food holder protects your fingers from all those blades, which is nice. Because the last thing you want to do is, chop the tip of a finger off like I did on a mandolin slicer one day. This next thing is a manual food processor. If you don't want to break out the big giant electric food processor and wake up the entire house in the process of trying to make your hummus or homemade peanut butter or something like that, this manual food processor is going to be your best friend. And it comes with a lid. So that's a bonus. All right, now for the big thing. This is the deluxe air fryer. This thing is a beast. It's also got a rotisserie on it. Because you see that rotisserie chicken right there? Yeah, you can rotisserie a whole chicken in that. But here's all of our goodies. Oh, and we also got a large batter bowl, which is like a huge mixing bowl that has its own lid as well, that for some odd reason didn't make it into the video. But it's a huge glass mixing bowl with a nice glass handle, so you can microwave it, and your mixing cup is not going to get super hot. The handle's not going to get hot. Oh, and the stoneware. How did I miss the stoneware in the video? My gosh. I love stoneware, and that is more stoneware for my collection. Stoneware is like cast iron in that it's not going to stick. Food doesn't stick to it. So that's a huge thing. I made cookies this morning, and I baked them on my stoneware, and they didn't stick. That mix and chop right there, that's going to get some use as well. So, that's pretty much it, y'all. But yeah, enjoy. Like I said, rotisserie, custom. I don't know what the custom is, but it's custom. Whew. If y'all saw anything in there that you liked, like I said, link in the description below. And man, thanks for watching. I love you. See you next time.